Hey guys, MattyMox60 here. I'm going to be talking to you about how to transition from playing Hearthstone to playing Legends of Runeterra. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the similarities and differences between the two games, the very first deck you should try if you're getting into Legends of Runeterra for the first time, and based on the heroes you liked in Hearthstone, I'm going to tell you what champions and regions you should check out in Legends of Runeterra. But before we get into any of that, I'm going to need everyone to take out their wallet filled with that hard-earned cash, that money, that guap, the guacamole. And I'm going to need you to get rid of it because you're not going to need it while you're playing Legends of Runeterra. You can get all the cards you want without paying a single cent. Let's get into the video. As for similarities, they're both card games, obviously, and they both allow for a lot of creativity in deck building. But that's as far as the similarities go. Instead of heroes and hero powers in Hearthstone, in Legends of Runeterra, we have champions and regions. Champions, as you can see on the screen, are very powerful cards, and decks are often based around them. And then regions. Regions are where a card comes from. You can use up to 2 regions in one deck, and then use cards from both of those regions in that deck. The next major difference is with the mana. In Hearthstone, when you don't use your mana, it's gone. But in Legends of Runeterra, you can save your mana up to 3 to use for spells later. Another major difference is with the attacking. In Legends of Runeterra, you declare your attackers instead of just attacking whatever you want, like in Hearthstone. As you can see here, I just declared my attack, and then my opponent gets to declare what he wants to block with. And then after he declares his blockers, I get some time to use a spell to get some more extra damage in. Then the units do combat. Both of my guys die, but so do both of his, and I'm left with 1 unit alive. Another major difference is spell stacks. This makes using spells a lot more complicated. Spells can interact with each other and counter each other, so you need to be careful about what order you use your spells and how much mana your opponent has. This makes the game a lot more skill-based and a lot less RNG-based than Hearthstone. After completing the tutorial, you're given 3 decks. However, there's only one that's any good, the Elise Darius deck that's on screen. But I know ways to make this deck even better, and I'm going to tell you which cards to add in order and which cards to take out in order to make this deck. This deck is very strong and will get you through a ton of the early ranks. The cards you're going to want to get rid of are Vengeance, Grasp the Undying, Noxian Guillotine, Fresh Offering, the Undying, Blade's Edge, and Withering Wail. You're going to add an Elise when you get her, an Arachnoid Horror, 3 of them actually, 3 Frenzied Skitterer, 1 House Spider, 1 Crowd Favorite, 1 Precious Pet, and 1 Brother's Bond to make this deck. This deck is very good and will get you through a ton of the early ranks. And then you can upgrade that deck even farther into a meta A tier deck like this one. This deck is very strong, can get you all the way to Diamond, maybe even higher, and is a very, very strong deck for very cheap. Next, I'm going to be telling you which champions and regions you should check out in Legends of Runeterra based on whatever hero you used to play in Hearthstone. First, the Warrior. If you like the Warrior, you're going to like Vladimir, Braum, and Swain. If you like the aggressive style, then Noxus is a great region to check out. If you like the self-damage style that the Warrior has, you should check out the Crimson units and the Scarground Landmark deck. It's a very good deck and will be very familiar. Next is the Shaman. If you played Shaman, you should check out Elise and Jinx. Elise and her spiders are a lot like the Murlocs. You can get a ton of spiders out early and then buff them up to have a crazy board. Also, check out Discard Aggro. The Rogue is next. You should try out the champions Zed, Twisted Fate, and Fizz. If you like sneaking around your opponent and stealth, try out elusive units and the Ionia region. And if you like stealing your opponent's cards, you should try out a Nab deck with Twisted Fate. Next is the Paladin. If you like controlling the board, Demacia will be your go-to region. You should try out the champions Garen, Quinn, and Aurelion Sol. The Landmark Grand Plaza will be a really fun time as well, because you can control the board very well with that landmark. Also, Targon is worth a try, because it has such big units that it can make. Next, the Hunter. If you like lots of aggression, then you're going to love Noxus. And if you play Hunter, you should check out Elise, Draven, and Darius. Also, you should try out the cards Crowd Favorite and Arena Battlecaster. They're really good for wide boards with lots of aggressive units. Next, the Druid. The Freljord region in Legends of Runeterra has everything that the Druid has in HearthStone. It has ramp, giant units, great defensive tools, and lots of healing. You should try out the champions Trundle, Tryndamere, and Nautilus. Also, if you love those big units, the Sea Monster deck is a lot of fun. The Warlock is just like the Shadow Isles region in Legends of Runeterra. There's a lot of sacrifice synergies and a lot of death. Thresh, Callista, and Lucian all benefit off the death of other units. These champions gain great power when you sacrifice your units. Next, the Mage. You should try out Karma, Lee Sin, and Ezreal. Also, the Ionia and Piltover and Zaun regions will be great for you. However, you got to be careful. These two regions do not pair very well together. So try them out with a lot of other regions. Get to know them. And last but not least, the Priest. If you like the Priest, then you'll love Soraka and Tahm Kench. And better, they work so great together. So you can use them together. Targon is going to be a great region for you because it's very defensive, has a lot of healing, and is very value focused. You should also check out the champion Aurelion Sol, because once you get him leveled up, it's Value City Furniture, baby. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really give Legends of Runeterra a try, not only to save money, but also to have more fun. It's a great game, super skill-based, and really, really, really fun. Anyways, I'm MattyMox60. Subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on Twitch. Thank you.